So I put the bolts in, we put a plastic bag around here to keep everything clean. We didn't power wash under the seal, so that's good, and it's all nice and clean. But what we're seeing right now, I noticed earlier on there was a crack, and sure enough there's a crack in there. And in another video, I think it's before or after this, I noticed that there was a crack you know, in the transfer case and the nose, and also the front prop was a bit tight, so I think that's bent. And also the stub axle bolts were snapped off, so I think this has had a bit of a bump at some time. But now we're ready to put back together. We've washed everything off, it's all grease free and oil free. There's a few stains in there, but the oil's out, that's good. The pivot ball's good, the shaft's not too bad. What I've done at the front, I've started to mount on our bar here so we can put a scaffolding tube on there, so Curtis can hold that down whilst I torque down the flywheel. The flywheel itself is not that bad. There's a few little marks on there, but when you feel them they're not like high spots, so it's not too bad, and there's no cracks in it. So I think we'll degrease that and we'll put it back on. So let's get that flywheel on. If Curtis fastens those 13mm head bolts on that tool at the front, then we'll get set up to torquing this down. Alright, so I've put my crankshaft retaining tool on the front of the crank, and Curtis is holding it down by the aid of a forklift to counteract me torquing these bolts down. I've put some Loctite on the bolts. I'm only going to do 2 at a time because the Loctite dries pretty quick. Now this is 146 Newton meters. There we go. That's that. We'll do 2 more. It's really important to have these nice and clean, the threads. If they're oily, you might as well just throw this away. Not going anywhere. You can see how nice they're going, eh? Because they're all silicoted before, weren't they?
Yep, silicone free.
It's handy, that tool.
Huh?
It's handy, that little tool. It just locks up the crank.
Yeah.
We'll show them in a minute. You know, they've seen it before, but we're bound to have some new viewers now that you're here, Curtis.
I hope so.
You working tonight?
Nope. I'm going to go home and rest, get something to eat.
Rest? You just stood around all afternoon.
I got to go and pay that bill for my daughter, remember?
Oh, yeah.
For Sylvain closes.
Oh, he's done the exhaust or something?
No, they changed the tire.
Oh.
I think I might get mine done too.
Yeah, I was planning on doing my tyres today, but they never got done. My Yaris tyres are up there.
Oh, okay. Yours on wheels, mine is not.
Yeah. Mind you, them front tyres are looking a bit thin.
Put them on the back.
Huh?
Put them on the back.
Oh, might
so you can slip and slide.
Do you know, I hardly ever use that car. I don't know why the hell out of it. So here we go. 2 more. And then because if you, this Loctite can dry pretty quick.
Okay.
So if you've got like 8 bolts in here, it's starting to harden off.
Yeah.
Just before, so I only usually do 2 at a time now.
Maybe more. There you go.
You don't need much, eh? But it's better. Some people don't put any on at all.
No.
And then we put the clutch on, put the clutch fork on, put it in, and that's it, we're finished.
Yep.
That was a bit stiff, that one. And then we'll go around them just to make sure. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Huh? Not too bad, and that tool paid for itself again. So there's no stress over using bars and stuff like that. There's, you know, it's all right saying, oh, we just jam up the flywheel,
Yeah.
But what are you going to jam it against? Maybe I'm wondering about this crack here, whether we're trying to jam it up the flywheel against the casing and broke it. It could be. Could be anything. Right, let's go and have a look at that tool. So there it is. It's just we made it just a stubby tube handle on it so that you could put a big piece of scaffolding tube on to hold it. And yeah, it's just a piece of round tube. JP drilled it out for me, and you don't want the bolts too long. That's why I've got washers in there, because at the back of there's a dust shield, and what you can do is, if the bolts are too long, it'll push the dust seal off and you'll get this awful scratching noise and you don't know really where it's coming from. Anyway, enough of that. Next thing, clutch. It's really important that you degrease these, because they've got like factory grease on them. See the dirt? Look at the muck.
Yep.
It's terrible, isn't it? So that's that done. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to change these bolts here to the 10mm flange headed, for the simple reason, when they're in there, they're a bugger to get a socket on. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going to just get some more smaller ones. Pause that for a minute. Jim. You ready? You
Yep.
good?
Go.
Alrighty. So we're going to put some aluminium based anti-seize on here and work it in and out with the spline. Now, do you know why we do that, Curtis?
So it won't seize up?
Exactly, because if a car's been stood for years and years and years, damn clutch. Have you ever had a car in a garage that clutch seizes up?
Yeah.
Man, they're a nightmare, because I had to do one. I get a car out of a garage that was at the bottom of a hill. He couldn't get into it. What a nightmare. Anyway, so that's nicely lubed up. We'll just put a bit more in here, just in case. There we go. We don't want it splodging all over the place, but we don't want it too dry. So that's going to be good. We take our tool, and it says, does it say flywheel side? Gearbox side. They used to say flywheel side, but now it says gearbox side. So that's onto there. And then, this is all nicely clean. You see what I mean, Curtis? I've changed over the bolts here.
Okay.
From this type, and these are a lot better to get into here.
Yep.
See what I mean? Now it doesn't really matter where this goes on, because this is balanced off the car. You see that lump there?
Yeah.
That's its balance weight. You didn't know that, did you?
No.
You do now.
Oh, and it has a pin on there too.
Yeah. I'm just going to put two in temporary, just to hold it into place. Put that one down now. That's that. And again, we'll put a little bit of thread lock on them. And we'll put two in diagonally. We'll just work opposites, if you see what I mean.
Yep.
Now, where was that 10mm? I had it here. One down there. Yeah, no, they've got guide pins in them, so they're really easy.
Yeah, that's a lifesaver.
Oh, imagine working under a car, eh?
I have.
That's why I do them like this. And if anybody wants a clutch doing in one of these, I just take the engine out, because it's so much easier to do it with the engine out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you've got access to everything, you know.
Yeah, I remember when I had to change the clutch in my truck. I took the transmission with the transfer case all together, all by myself, and it was very heavy.
Well, I guess so.
But I got it in there.
Getting it back in is a problem, isn't it?
I got it back in. Yep, that was the problem, but I got it in there.
Now these are down to 25 Newton meters. We might have to put our pole back in on the front
Okay.
whilst we tighten this up, Curtis.
Oh, I put it, okay, I just have to go get it.
Yeah, it's alright. I'll pause it here, Curtis, while I put these last bolts in. Now we're doing videos. Go and make yourself useful.
I did, I just gave you a beer.
This isn't beer, this is Budweiser.
That's big.
Are you on camera?
Yeah, you wouldn't wash a pig in this.
Look, he's going to have another car to
That's
work
not going to
on.
be me.
Look, it's a Volkswagen convertible Beetle. Can you see? Here, there.
Volkswagen Beetle convertible. That's like a skip, isn't it? Dumpster. There'll be people throwing rubbish in it. Oh, well, never mind. Right, so now we're going to talk... carry on. Been busy all afternoon. So now we're going to torque the clutch bolts down to 25 Newton meters in a diagonal crisscross type fashion. Here goes. Ooh, that's not much. People ram them up really tight.
Nice haircut, eh, people?
Yeah.
Not getting a commission.
I had to throw that in.
Can't keep out, can you? I keep going round these, just make sure this is nice. Ooh. 25 Newton meters isn't much at all. And then we'll just go around them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go back onto that one. 7. Now, if we pull this out, it should go back in straight away.
Bravo.
You know, a round of applause and out like that.
I
Thumbs
said
up. They can't see a
bravo.
That's better. That's better. That's better. Thank you, people,
Why, it didn't work before?
for my next trick. Well, you've missed me moment of glory. We had it switched off. So, I'm not going to do it again. So, I've assembled the clutch fork in here as you should do, but we realised we were talking to ourselves as usual. Well, you can't see bloody little red light on top.
They didn't get me, my comment?
Probably.
Oh.
Rubbish. Anyway, put that little staple in.
So where'd that go?
Well, it goes under the fork and it's supposed to stop the bearing dropping out.
Okay.
But that's nice now, look at that. See, it's got full throw.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go further than that, and it's not catching, it's beautiful. So, well, that was my moment of glory, Curtis, and the bloody thing was switched off. Oh well, never mind, we've done it before.
How many times?
What?
Have you done it before?
Oh, hundreds of times, it's getting a bit boring now. So, let's clear the decks and pop this box in, eh? Okay. And then we're done. We'll go, because like I say, we can't see the screen, so let's see what happens. So, get this out of the way. Do you want to go that side?
Yeah. So someone, I'll be on this side, be on this side.
I'll get the look, Curtis. I'll hold this and this, you guide this. I'll take the principle of the weight. Oh, I'm going to do it like that. Yep. Oh, look at that, Curtis. Straight in. Boom! Oh, wait a minute, I've got this. That's right.
Take it back off.
No. It's just on the dowel. Right, these are 45 Newton meters, Curtis.
Okay.
Oh, this starts at 43. There's not much, is it?
No. Okay. Now get the 13 for the bar.
Yep. See, when you're working on a car, you have a hard time trying to use a torque wrench on these.
How many is it? 2?
4. Somebody will be cursing me next time they take this off and say, "Well, you can't get these bolts off too tight."
Oh, 13?
Huh?
13?
13 what? Heads? Yeah. Oh,
So what do you know about Volkswagen?
As much as you do.
Well, at least it'll be easier on gas than that other one. This is only a 4. Oh,
That don't make a difference.
well, the other one was a 6-cylinder race car, friggin'
It was a Mercedes-Benz.
Chrysler,
Oh, no, yeah, it was a Mercedes.
Crossfire.
Yeah, Crossfire Hurricane.
And I put a $200 deposit. They gave it back to me.
Oh, did that? That was nice of him.
They didn't have to do that.
No. Well, I wouldn't. Time waster. Oh, well, that was not a bad afternoon's little job, was it, Curtis? This engine doesn't have to breathe heavily, though. I think tomorrow I'll do the timing belt, then it's ready to bang back in, eh? I was going to take the box apart and have a look at it, but no. Can't be bothered.
Get that swivel.
Yeah, I think there we should be 45 as well. Can you get in with that?
Yeah. No, we're missing another bolt.
Missing one.
Yeah. I hit the bottom. Nut, I mean, not bolt, nut.
Oh, not?
Yeah.
Maybe there was one that wasn't on, eh?
Yeah,
I'll go and get one. We're up to the old bearing, Curtis. Did you see the old bearing?
not bad.
Oh, it's here. The old bearing. I'm going to show them something interesting.
Okay, cool.
Right. Here is the bearing that we took off. It's actually pretty good condition, but again we just replaced them. But funnily enough, I was asked this week about a clutch bearing that had melted, so this is a great opportunity to show you the heights going off the bottom, how far this one's melted onto the plastic housing, and you can see underneath here, perhaps, yeah, there you go, you can see where the slippers touch here, but look at the distance. This is melted because somebody's been either using this as the clutch as a footrest, or the master cylinder's been badly adjusted, and this has been in contact all the time. When your clutch, your pedals off the clutch, there should be just a little bit of rolling resistance on here. It shouldn't have any pressure at all. It should just turn. Just thought we'd tell you that whilst Curtis is doing the bolts here. That was interesting, wasn't it, Curtis? So, that's that done. It's as simple as that. See you later, chaps.